and welcome to Believe in Your Shelf, the official podcast of Muskegon Area District Library. My name is Jen. I'm a youth services librarian, and I'm interested in discovering all that Muskegon has to offer. Things like library resources, recommendations, and so much more. So let's dive in. I've decided to put a cap on my reading this year. My cap is 52 books. 1 book a week. To go along with that my average rating last year was 3 stars. That's just fine. I want to be pickier. I'm not going to read 52 3-star books this year. We all deserve to only read really good, obsessively good books. I am going to have more DNFs, do not finishes. If I don't like something, I'm going to put it down. I'm not going to slog my way through it just for the number. Just to say, I read this book. Life is too short for bad books. We all deserve to read only the books we like. If you couldn't tell already, I'm a little bit extra. So for this year, I've made a vision board so that I can visually manifest my goals. I made a copy of it and I put it on the lock screen of my computer, the lock screen on my phone and the background wallpaper of the desktop on my computer. I heard it on a podcast and I was obsessed with the idea. I ran over to my computer and wrote it in my notes just so I wouldn't forget it. I'm obsessed with the idea of having my goals front and center at all times. Every time I minimize the windows on my computer or check the time on my phone, I get a quick reminder of my goals. That's pretty cool, right? I made it in Canva, but you can do it on Pinterest or free Canva. Or, if you really want to go old school, you can get some magazines and chop them up and put them on a poster board. I wanted to share some of mine. I'm not going to share them all because, who has time for that? My first one is drink 1 Stanley a day. Disclaimer, I did not go to Target and do the whole madness thing of getting these Stanley. It was a gift. I got it on Mother's Day last year. I get it. The hype is real. They're way overhyped. 1 Stanley is over a liter of water. That's a lot of water. I stink at drinking water. And I've been trying so hard to get better. But in conjunction with my next goal, spoiler, it's working out, I have been doing a really good job of just sucking that bad boy down in no time. Today, I went to a bar class at 8 a.m. before work. It was gone by lunchtime. Some days I'm not always thirsty, but on days like that, it's a breeze. So, yes, drink more water. Doesn't have to be from the Stanley, but I'm lazy and forget to refill water bottles. So if I just fill up this big old honkin' 40-ounce, 1.18 liter bottle first thing in the morning, then I don't have to think about refilling it. And every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh dang, there's more water in there than there should be. So guzzle. Okay, maybe not guzzle, but drink up. Like I mentioned in my first official goal, the next goal I set for myself is to start working out more. And specifically do ballet bar, Pilates, and yoga. I just joined a club called Body House in Spring Lake, and I joined in December. So I was able to get a nice little jump start on my resolution, vision, goal, I don't know. So I started in December and have just kind of rolled it right on into the new year without having to start creating that new habit in the new year. I was already kind of on that path, which was really nice. I gotta say though, I am addicted. I am obsessed. I've done yoga before for years and years since high school. And I used to do Pure Barre when I lived in Grand Rapids. I had done some yoga here in Muskegon and it was good, but I totally missed Pure Barre. And to drive to Grand Rapids for me just like was not a possibility. I was not in a place in my life to be driving like an hour back and forth to go to a workout. I'm just so glad that I have a place to do these things and in one place. And before you come for me, I am not motivated to work out at home. I can't. I stink at it. I'm not motivated. And coupled with the fact that I have a tiny human and a dog, both of which cannot keep their little paws off my yoga mat. And to add insult to injury, the basement where I was like doing workouts, it was unfinished. It's a construction zone, so I didn't even have that. Plus, I can't hold myself accountable. Am I the only one? If I have a class that I have to actually like physically get in my car and go to and like see other people and the instructor, if I like no show or late cancel, or I feel bad. Like I'm letting the instructor down because they spent their time like doing this, and some places charge like a late cancel fee, and I can't be charging like late cancel fees. Like this is just what, happens to work for me. If this isn't something you're interested in, good news. Montague is bringing back their evening yoga class once a month. So that is an amazing way to also sneak in a workout class. And it's free. My next goal is to grow my money and my money education. I am embarrassed to admit this. I am not super comfortable in the world of personal finance, despite the fact that I grew up with a ridiculously financially fluent father. I kind of think it was like a rebellion to go the other way and like bury my head in the proverbial sand. But I am a grown woman who needs to take responsibility. The easiest way for me, of course, is to read books and listen to podcasts. I have a couple of books coming down the pipe to read and hopefully grow my knowledge. The last book I read in 2023 was called Get Good with Money, 10 Simple Steps to Becoming Financially Whole by Tiffany Alici. This was a 4-star read for me. I listened to it on audiobook, but I wouldn't recommend listening to it on audiobook. I wish I would have read it as a physical book. There is just a lot of suggested work to do, like workbook stuff, write your own stuff down, and I couldn't exactly write down like my expenses and stuff like that while I was listening on my commute to work. She just has such an inspiring voice. She narrated the book, by the way, and it was just so relatable, and she's just so non-judgmental, like so refreshing. And let's see, another book that I'm really looking forward to is called Rich AF by Vivian Tu. It came out the day after Christmas, and the wait list on Libby is, yeesh, it is miles long. It's not available in print at the library yet, but it's coming. I requested it. And I know it's just going to be snatched up quick as can be. Now, I originally found Vivian Tu on her TikTok channel called My Rich BFF, and she was also a guest on a podcast that I listened to called The Financial Diet, which also a super amazing financial resource for break. I am an instant gratification girly, so finances are difficult for me because of the fact that it's about being patient and making good choices, so it'll benefit you in the future. And that doesn't always align with instant gratification. That is why it is so important for me to do things like read these books about good financial choices, listen to these podcasts, so I can continue to keep it in the forefront of my mind rather than just conveniently ignore my credit card app and continue swiping blindly. My next one is finishing my basement. That probably sounds super counterintuitive to my previous goal, but guess what? There's room in life for both spending and savings. I moved into the house with an unfinished basement and yada yada. Long story, it's taken a little bit longer to finish it than we originally planned. And as I mentioned, I was doing workouts down there and would like to go back to maybe sneaking in some extra workouts down there so we can get the dang thing done by the end of the year. That's the goal. Next, vision, vacation. Travel is a huge passion of mine. I just can't wait to jump on a plane. Warm weather, here I come. I have something already planned for March, so this one's looking good. So the last goal or vision I want to talk about is doing more date nights. As a full-time working person with a full-time working partner and a 3.5-year-old, making time for my partner, for me in my life, it has to be really intentional. I read too many books last year, and I'm really, like I said, I'm trying to scale that back and spend more time in the world, and I hope to do that with my husband, and because I love him. We are both introverts, so sometimes we like our alone time a little too much, but I never regret spending time with him. So it's my goal to do it more together, spend time together. Luckily, dates don't have to be expensive. The Library of Things has some pretty cool stuff to offer just to mix it up. The metal detector is a good way to get outside. What else? So we played tennis before, but we've never ventured into the world of pickleball. So we are planning to borrow the pickleball set to check out and see how it goes. Of course, there's always DVDs, Blu-rays, and streaming services. Ooh, like Canopy, duh. And then just snuggle up with our little Wesco popcorn buckets because we are tired. On the times that we do muster the energy and fingers crossed can get a babysitter, we do our best to get out of the house and experience new things. I was going through the website and I literally just texted my husband. I was like, hey, do you want to go to this easy Shakespeare evening at Montague? I love Shakespeare and snacks and drinks provided. There's the hook for the hubs. I guess we'll see you there. And another cool thing that makes a really good date night is the Muskegon Civic Theater has been giving each branch 2 tickets to the dress rehearsal of their upcoming show. I mean, that's a huge money saver. And I adore live theater. We actually went to see Little Shop of Horrors last year, and I still tell people about it. Like, it was so good. 2024 is looking pretty bright, and I can't wait to share new experiences and make new memories with all of you. Thanks. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others and post about it on social media. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow Maddle on Instagram at Muskegon ADL and on Facebook at Muskegon Area District Library. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Believe in Yourself.